Here comes the ultra-luxurious and practical new Plymouth Suburban. What a wagon. It actually seats 9 people in absolute comfort, as you can see, almost like a private bus. There isn't a single station wagon built that's bigger than the new Plymouth. Now, not just in the low price 3, we mean all station wagons. Low price, medium price, right on up to the so-called big luxury wagons. You just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, hi, Nancy. Say, how did you enjoy your first ride in the new Plymouth Suburban?
Simply wonderful, Jack. You know, in the observation seat here, you can sit back in real comfort and enjoy the scenery passing by. I bet children really love it. And you know, Jack, these convenient steps make it easy as pie to get in and out.
Oh,
you see?
Wonderful. Say, Nancy, let's show how easily these seats fold down and out of the way. Would you help me, please?
Oh, no sooner said than done.
You get the front ones and I'll get these. You just take this one, fold it down. The back folds down here. There you are. Nothing to it. Just as simple as that and as easy. There you have over 10 feet of cargo floor length. Why, that's enough to carry even the bulkiest freight.
Or enough room for luggage for a 3-week motor trip.
Yes, now watch this Plymouth Suburban magic. You close the tailgate, put the key in the lock, and up comes the window. There's also a button inside which controls the window, and another on the dash panel up there for the driver's convenience.
And for extra family safety, the window locks securely from the inside. Well, see you later, Jack.
Okay, Nancy, have a nice picnic. Oh, that's right. Folks, there are just so many new features to talk about in this Plymouth Suburban that you wonder how such a big, smooth-looking, smooth-riding wagon can be included in the low-price field. But it is. It definitely is. Believe me when I say you just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price than the new Plymouth Suburban. Well, that's worth repeating. And so I said, you just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price than the new Plymouth Suburban. So why spend more and settle for less? It's a good idea. See and drive the new Plymouth Suburban tomorrow at your Plymouth dealer.
You're looking out the window of a new Dodge as it speeds the test track. See how the wheel bounces over the rough pavement. But now, notice how smoothly the fender rides above it. That's because exclusive Oriflow shock absorbers and Dodge coil springs take up those bumps before they ever reach the chassis to cushion your ride as no other medium-priced car can. Superior riding comfort is just one of the many Dodge differences that has to be experienced to be appreciated. But of course, the styling of the new Dodge can be appreciated just by looking. Why, it's up to 9 inches longer than cars at a comparable price. And Dodge is bigger inside, too. You can see for yourself that with this car, there's been no stinting of the spacious head, seat, and legroom. You can check the control tower vision of the fully swept-back New Horizon windshield. And you can even feel the solid ruggedness of this car by just closing the door. Now, these things tell you a lot about Dodge, but until you actually sit behind the wheel and awaken that superpower Red Ram V8 engine, until you touch the Power Flight range selector on the panel and take off, until then, you can never really know what a particularly wonderful car the new Dodge is. A lot of people have driven the new Dodge and have compared all its advantages with other cars costing much more. What they learned has nearly doubled Dodge sales throughout the country. But after all, sales records and sales talk can never take the place of personal experience. So why don't you make tomorrow your day to get that personal experience by driving a new Dodge? Your nearby Dodge dealer will be glad to make one available at no obligation to you. Take command, get the thrill firsthand. Then I'm sure you'll agree with the many thousands of new Dodge owners who know that Dodge outvalues every car on the road.
When you own a Lincoln like this, you'll wonder why you ever owned anything else. Really, you'll love every inch of its modern, functional beauty. There is, if you notice, just enough chrome to emphasize the long, horizontal lines of the car itself, and no unnecessary glitter. And the body is so sleek and smooth compared to many of today's cumbersome car bodies. And just look at the interior luxury of Lincoln. Here you'll find colors and fabrics that tell at a glance that this is the finest of fine cars. And if you're still in doubt, just wait till you sit behind the wheel of your Lincoln. Wait till you try the effortless ease with which you handle this big automobile. Much more easily than most small cars. You know, Lincoln offers all the optional power features. Power steering, power brakes, the wonderful four-way power seat. But perhaps the biggest thing about Lincoln is its performance. I don't think there's a man anywhere who wouldn't be thrilled to command Lincoln's magnificent engine. You've just got to try it to appreciate it. And remember, Lincoln proved its economy by coming home first in its class in the Mobile Gas Economy Run. And Lincoln captured the first 4 places in the stock car division of the rugged Pan American Road Race. So there it is, the car I think is the handsomest on the highway, and that experts have called the best in America. And you can call your own if you go soon, real soon, to see your neighborhood Lincoln dealer.
The man is Groucho. The car is his new DeSoto Fire Dome 8. The place, his hometown, Beverly Hills.
There I am, folks, and frankly, I didn't believe this till I actually tried it myself. Full power steering in the new DeSoto makes parking a cinch. You can turn the wheel with just one finger. It's as easy as dialing a phone. And if you want to dial a phone, I have some pretty good numbers.
Out on the road, too, DeSoto's full power steering makes control of the car easier and safer all of the time, not just some of the time. You can prove this yourself by going to your DeSoto Plymouth dealers tomorrow and taking the DeSoto 5-mile trial. And you'll be amazed at the power DeSoto brings you. You'll see that 160 horsepower Fire Dome V8 that gives you power with smoothness never before achieved, and on regular gasoline.
And don't forget those big DeSoto brakes. Man, how they stop.
What DeSoto feature is this supposed to stand for, Groucho?
Fenneman, have you ever seen a pickup like this?
As a matter of fact, I haven't. Friends, stop at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers tomorrow. Take the 5-mile trial.
Take the 5-mile trial.
Take the 5-mile trial in either one of the great new 1952 DeSotos. The mighty new 160 horsepower DeSoto Fire Dome 8 or the handsome new DeSoto Power Master 6. 2 great values from DeSoto.
You know, they say it's difficult for a woman to keep a secret. Well, I'll tell you a secret. Sometimes it's pretty difficult for a man to keep a secret. For instance, here is one that I have been itching to talk about for over a year. See this Plymouth Belvedere, one of the great new cars of the forward look. Take a really good look, because I'd like to have you try and tell the difference between this Plymouth and the one you're about to see.
Actually, there are 2 differences about this car. 1, you can't buy it at any price. 2, it runs with no carburetor, no piston rings, no radiator, with only 1 spark plug, and on ordinary fuels you can buy anywhere. And here under the hood, you see the big difference. It's the Chrysler gas turbine engine, the first turbine engine ever to be successfully installed in a standard passenger car. Yes, here is another great first from Chrysler Corporation. More than 200 pounds lighter than a conventional engine of similar power, it has less than 1/5 as many moving parts. Developed by Chrysler Corporation to power a regular production model, you can hardly pick it out from other Plymouths, unless you happen to spot the special insignia that tells you there's a revolutionary engine under that hood. The horsepower it develops is 120. However, the driving power it delivers to the wheels equals that of a 160 horsepower conventional engine. As for fuel economy, it is comparable to any 120 horsepower car engine today. What's more, a gas turbine engine will run on anything from gasoline to heavy fuel oil. This car has no radiator. Its engine is air-cooled, therefore never needs water. Other attempts to design a practical turbine engine resulted in extremely hot, burning exhaust gases. But Chrysler Corporation engineers licked that problem. The exhaust temperature is cooler than that of the average car today. You can hold your hand over this exhaust pipe and not get burned. The Turbine Special is just one of many research projects in progress at Chrysler Corporation. And as each new advance is perfected, it will be made available to you to keep you ahead in car performance, in safety, and in styling.
Now do you see why I wanted to shout about this? And even though the turbine engine may not be available for some time to come, the important thing to you and me is that it typifies the kind of engineering that you've come to expect from Chrysler Corporation. It's the years ahead thinking that has resulted in today's Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, Chrysler, and the exclusive Imperial.
Here are a couple of real space-minded travelers. And no wonder. The view from their new 1959 Rocket Oldsmobile makes the enjoyment of outer space more fun than ever. Their Oldsmobile Scenic Coupe has a total glass area of 36 square feet and safety plate glass in every window. And these space scientists like the way their new rocket conquers inner space, too. There's lots more room for the whole crew than they've ever enjoyed before. A spot check of the pilot's area shows that the captain and his co-pilot have more all-round leg room, hip room, and comfort, too. And with a 64% increase in luggage space, you can see that these spacemen are riding in the roomiest rocket of all time. And that new spaciousness is yours in two totally different linear look body styles. The glamorous Scenic Coupe and the dashing sports sedan. Available in all three Oldsmobile series. Wide open spaciousness is just one of the many bright new ideas in the Rocket Olds for 59. Plan to rocket away in a 59 Olds at your Oldsmobile dealers soon.
When you own a Lincoln like this, you'll wonder why you ever owned anything else. Really, you'll love every inch of its modern, functional beauty. There is, if you notice, just enough chrome to emphasize the long, horizontal lines of the car itself, and no unnecessary glitter. And the body is so sleek and smooth compared to many of today's cumbersome car bodies. And just look at the interior luxury of Lincoln. Here you'll find colors and fabrics that tell at a glance that this is the finest of fine cars. And if you're still in doubt, just wait till you sit behind the wheel of your Lincoln. Wait till you try the effortless ease with which you handle this big automobile. Much more easily than most small cars. You know, Lincoln offers all the optional power features. Power steering, power brakes, the wonderful four-way power seat. But perhaps the biggest thing about Lincoln is its performance. I don't think there's a man anywhere who wouldn't be thrilled to command Lincoln's magnificent engine. You've just got to try it to appreciate it. And remember, Lincoln proved its economy by coming home first in its class in the Mobile Gas Economy Run. And Lincoln captured the first 4 places in the stock car division of the rugged Pan American Road Race. So there it is, the car I think is the handsomest on the highway, and that experts have called the best in America. And you can call your own if you go soon, real soon, to see your neighborhood Lincoln dealer.